Police Chief Wallace Granger. Chief Wallace Granger is a no-nonsense law enforcement officer in his early 50s with a commanding presence that makes him both respected and feared in equal measure. Standing tall and broad-shouldered, with a weathered face and piercing gray eyes, he embodies the image of a seasoned leader. His salt and pepper hair and neatly trimmed beard suggest both wisdom and discipline. As the police chief of the island town, Wallace is a decisive leader who thrives under pressure. He's known for taking calculated risks and using unconventional methods to solve complex problems, a trait that has made him invaluable during crises. His ability to rally his team and maintain their focus, even in the face of chaos, is one of his greatest strengths. Wallace is deeply loyal to Mayor Reginald Carter, respecting the mayor's integrity and leadership. The two often work together seamlessly, with Wallace executing plans with precision while providing frank, unvarnished advice when necessary. Scene: the police chief's leadership in action. The wind howled as Chief Wallace Granger stood in the makeshift command center, his arms crossed over his chest, his eyes scanning the map of the island. The room was buzzing with activity, officers relaying updates over radios and technicians monitoring the storm's progress. "Listen up," Wallace barked, his deep voice cutting through the noise. "We've got 4 missing students. They were last seen near the cliffs on the north side. The storm's making things worse, but that doesn't mean we slow down. We move fast, and we move smart." One of the younger officers hesitated. "Chief, the north side is dangerous in this weather. What if—" Wallace's steely gaze landed on him. "What if we don't? Those kids don't have time for hesitation. Pair up and stick to your zones. And if anyone finds anything, footprints, clothing, I don't care what, radio it in immediately." The officers dispersed, and Wallace turned to Mayor Carter, who was standing nearby. "I've got my best people on this, sir." "We'll find them." "Good," Carter replied. "Keep me updated, Wallace, every step." "You'll know as soon as I do," Wallace said firmly. Scene: a moment of humanity. Hours later, Wallace was leaning against his patrol vehicle, the rain drenching his uniform. His team was combing through the cliffs, the beams of their flashlights piercing the darkness. An officer approached him with a grim expression. "Chief, we found a jacket. It matches the description of one of the students." Wallace nodded, his jaw tightening. "Mark the spot and expand the search radius. They can't be far." As the officer hurried off, Wallace took a deep breath, his tough exterior momentarily cracking. He pulled out his radio. "All units, this is Chief Granger. We've got a lead near the cliffs. Stay sharp and stay safe. Those kids are counting on us." Turning, he noticed one of his sergeants looking uneasy. "Something on your mind, Cooper?" The sergeant hesitated. "Chief, you've been out here with us all night. Maybe you should head back to the command center." Wallace shook his head. "Not a chance. If they're out here, then I'm out here. End of discussion." Scene: the breakthrough. Near dawn, Wallace's radio crackled. "Chief, we've got movement in a cave near the cliffside. Looks like the kids." Wallace's heart surged. "Hold your position, I'm on my way." Within minutes, he arrived at the scene, climbing down the rocky path with his team. Inside the cave, the students were huddled together, shivering but alive. Wallace crouched down to their level, his voice gentle but firm. "You're safe now," he said, his gray eyes softening. "We're getting you out of here." As the students were escorted back to safety, Wallace stood at the cave's entrance, watching his team work together seamlessly. Despite the exhaustion etched on his face, a small smile tugged at his lips. They had done it. Back at the docks, Mayor Carter approached him. "Well done, Wallace. You never let up." Wallace shrugged, his usual gruffness returning. "Just doing my job, sir. Let's get these kids home." As the town celebrated the students' rescue, Wallace slipped away quietly, back to his office. There was always another crisis waiting, but for now, he allowed himself a rare moment of pride in his team and in the community he was sworn to protect. Written and directed by Hosam Ibrahim.